All right, here's my recommendation. Get yourself some of these kinds of friends, or be open to talking to them, or at least know someone who may know them. Like, okay, here we go. Get yourself a friend who loves cheese. And then also get yourself a friend don't like cheese, don't like cheese, or cheese just, yeah, I, yeah, no cheese. A family member, anything like that. Get yourself a friend who loves oranges, loves oranges, and then get your friend who hates oranges, like hates orange, like has a flip out about oranges, and then get yourself a friend who likes bananas, and then also get yourself a friend who can't stand bananas. And then, like, get yourself a friend who hunts, and then get yourself a friend who gathers. Get yourself a friend who loves to make their own clothes. Get yourself a friend who, yeah, they just want to go and get off the rack or whatever. Yeah. All right. So basically, where I'm going with this is you get friends, someone you can talk. Now, here's the kicker. Hopefully you're still here. And when this video stops, because I think I'm going to go over, and if you're interested in what I'm saying and nothing triggered you or upset you or anything like that, go over to my videos. I was thinking about doing that. So this is the kicker. All of these people, they can handle a conversation. They want to talk. They want to share. They want to share with you. They want to explain why they do what they do. Like, get yourself someone who eats string cheese like in whole, and then someone who peels it. Both of them get a little agitated how the other, you know what I mean? You can get agitated how that other person's doing it, but before you leap to anger, rage, resent, all of that stuff, you have the conversation and you find out why the person likes that better than you can have the most amazing conversations with people if you set like a preset button to have a conversation about understanding the other person. This is what I think is happening. And I've caught myself many, 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 many times. We get agitated and we're like, I'm not going to be around that person. They don't like that. They don't like what I like. They don't do what I like, you know? And then you go to the people that like what you do, and then you bond and all that stuff. That's fine. That's fine. We all need our, people we sometimes we can relate to and stuff, but don't sell the other one short. You can find out some amazing things, amazing information that these differing styles, differing opinions, different lifestyles, all this stuff, getting up in the day, want to feel good, want the best for you. Everything's fine. They just do things differently. They just like things differently. Maybe they don't have the information that you have about the thing that you like, they don't like, and you can tell them. And maybe they'll be like, oh, didn't see it that way. Maybe they may not totally agree with you, but they understand you. It's weeding out the resentment. It's weeding out the angst. It's weeding out the judgment and all of that stuff. Because we're all on this planet, like together. Tons of different people. And according to certain information that's given or certain ways that people talk, it's like you're being led to rage and anger, hatred, all that sticky stuff. Think about it this way. When you think you're right about something, you feel good about something or whatever, I'm going to go back to the cheese. You think peeling it is the most logical way to go. Like, why else would you do it? How else would you do it? Well, I've done it both ways. Hmm. Sometimes, yeah, it's fun, but other times I'm really not in the mood. I just want to eat a piece of cheese and it's in a stick, you know. And the whole point to buy the string cheese was I didn't want to slice it, you know. And but when sometimes I think of these people, they get mad about why would you eat it that way? I think, relax. It's cheese. It's cheese. It's cheese. Enjoy the cheese. Now, as for the other stuff, there's tons of things that I have learned and investigated about people that live ways and think ways that are not like me. They'll, and and again, this is the kicker. You gotta find the people. I know sometimes it can seem challenging, but if you're open to it, because you want to do it, they will present themselves. It's not easy, but you will discover that I have that there are really, really kind, caring, loving people that do not do things the way I do them. And they're just living their life. They're not mad at me. Well, sometimes maybe they get a little, but then I'm like, you explain. You take the time to explain and to have a conversation. The other thing that I have discovered that's been amazing is opening up conversations with people about things that I guess I didn't have all the information about. I just didn't have the understanding. And now it makes sense. It's like, huh. And they're not even angry at me that I didn't like them at first. But you open up the discussion. It's all about opening up the discussion. I know it's challenging. But I've been catching myself. The reason why it will get challenging if I'm listening to too much, from other people, that they don't want to engage in this kind of openness with other people. They just don't. And then you know what? If I can, it's like cracking a safe. I've done it, but it's not easy. You crack that safe because you got to come from. Why don't you want to understand? Are you frightened? My biggest thing with any of the closed-minded anything, doesn't matter what it is how you exist in the world, because it will kind of, it happens to me. It's like then I'm in a state of angst and irritation, and got to catch myself when I do that, because if I'm really going to continue on the healing path, it's catching myself when I have the resistance or the anger about somebody else doing something another way. There's a lot of conversations that can go here, and I'm really talking specifically, which is, not agreeing with someone or liking some. Because there's other conversations you can have about, like, yeah, I don't understand why people, the extremities, stuff like violence, stealing, unkindness, all of that kind of stuff. But, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll heal so much I can have a conversation and go, why do you steal? What, or um, why do you lead with rage and violence? I've asked people before, and sometimes they're just be like, "Cause he had it coming." But you just want to pick things apart, crack the safe a little bit. But those are intense conversations. I would say start with the cheese. Start with some small stuff if you need some practice, and then you build up. Very, very interesting. And take breaks. When you get upset, just take breaks. Just pull back a little bit, and just breathe and ask yourself, what do you need to lead involved? So, yeah, I just wanted to share that. Thanks for getting this far with me. This is the longest video I've had. Thanks for listening.